How to use your complexes. Introduction. Though the word complex is perhaps the most popular in our age, yet people are often not too well informed about what it is all about. A scene at home, a more or less irregular conduct of worker or officer causes the remark, "Oh, yes, he has a complex." Everybody has complexes. If two people go for a picnic or a ride in a car, they will react unconsciously or consciously according to their complexes. One may watch the scenery, the beauty of nature, be in ecstasy over the color of a flower. He has, we say, a photographic complex. The other may watch the passing cars, their make, color, and shape. He has what we call a motoring complex. There isn't room enough in this book to discuss all the complexes in any real detail. Also, I do not mean to deal specifically with the unconscious level, a field proper of the specialist in complexes. I have restricted myself to the level where the conscious and the unconscious meet. In the presenting this work, my aim have been the following. First, to study how and why complexes arise and see the spring and motives of man's actions, behavior, and conflicting drives. Second, to explore various aspects of behavior conflicts and anarchy, not in the vain hope of offering a cure-all for negative complexes, but with the intent to shed some light on how feelings become despotic and how to control them. Third, to describe only those complexes which seems to have more importance from my point of view, those which seems more independent and whose symptoms do not overlap to a greater extent the symptoms of another. Fourth, to present to the reader a mirror which might reveal to him the image of his self, a help of self-analysis. Know yourself is still the key to wisdom. By self-analysis or examination of conscience, the reader may learn the way in which the complexes work in the mind and may learn to keep them under control and often dissolve them in the earlier stage as they rise. The word of thanks is due to my many friends who read the manuscript and encouraged me to publish it. Of the letters I received, I take the liberty to publish just two, which perhaps throw more light on this work than I myself can do. The first is from an architect and author of books on Oriental art. He writes, "This book has the practical value of making us wise to harmful complexes before they arise. It is meant for people who are not in trouble, for the normally abnormal." Normal refers to the fact that these individuals have somewhat successfully progressed during the development period and are normal in meeting the problems of a particular period. Abnormal means they suffer a deprivations of mental and psychic health or of the original grace, normal harmony and peace. The second is from a young writer poet who at first made several attempts to read the book but hesitatingly stopped on account of the revealing pages. He writes, "You do well to take the reader slowly into the book by using some introductory chapters which serve to explain the purpose of the book and the meaning of different complexes. The complexes are well examined and well defined, and the conclusion at the end of each chapter deals expressly on how to use that particular complex, how to reverse the weak point in one's character into a strong point. This is the most important part of each chapter. You show us the way to recognize and use our complexes for the better, but it is we who have to put the theory into practice. The examples you have chosen from the great works of literature and from the Bible all serve to show us a path towards self-betterment. How to use your complexes is a guidebook toward strength of character, but the reader must learn to walk the path alone. This poet friend remarked that we would all probably recognize a little of ourselves in every chapter of the book, and then added that we must remember that we are many-faceted human beings and not all of us fit readily into a set pattern. We all have our little variations which make us interesting to others. We must not, moreover, be frightened when we recognize our faults. We should observe them, approach them, and deal with them without hesitation. We shouldn't be getting a complex from dealing with our complexes. Thank you.